Welcome back to LEGO Battlebots Season 4. We're kicking things off. We have Wheelie Bro taking on Grilled Cheese. This is the third time these two bots are fighting already. Wheelie Bro won the first time in the Battle of Builders Heat, while Grilled Cheese took the win in the round of 16. Now both bots coming in at 1-0. Wheelie Bro obviously with their new wedge for this fight, beating up on Inverse pretty easily in their first fight. As for Grilled Cheese, they were able to dispatch a Bonk pretty easily in their first fight. So, once again, yippee-yay-yay. Ground game, let's go! Can we hear it for fucking ground game? That's gonna be the deciding factor in this fight. Yeah, so let's go down to the arena to see whose ground game's better. Let the bot battle begin. Wheelie Bro gets underneath Grilled Cheese to start this fight. Oh, and a good shot there. Nice follow-up. Not able to do too much, but it is proven that it is capable of getting underneath. And there's a good shot there, but oh, Grilled Cheese now gets underneath, and that is going to be a problem for Wheelie Bro, as now they get flipped on their side. Wheelie Bro now completely flips him over. Gonna try and throw him out of the arena, it seems. Will they be able to do so? Or will they just leave Wheelie... Yep, they're putting Wheelie Bro on the side and backing off. That is gonna be a knockout and a second win for Grilled Cheese. They are now 2-1 in the rivalry.
1 knockout.
Wheelie Bro was doing well for the start of this fight. They were getting underneath. That spinner was doing some nice work on the wedge, but unfortunately for them, Grilled Cheese only needed one time to get underneath and flipped Wheelie Bro over. Grilled Cheese now 2-0, while Wheelie Bro down to 1-1. Next up, we have Sawblaze taking on Bloodsport, two bots from last season's quarterfinals, sitting at 0-1 to start their campaigns. Sawblaze is lost to Hydra in a very unfortunate turn of events, whereas Bloodsport died in like 2 hits to Cherry Blossom. So the reliability of Bloodsport is going to be their main concern, but Sawblaze has lost to Cherry Blossom in the past, and it was a pretty quick dismembering. So Bloodsport, I'd say, has the design advantage in this one from what we've seen in the past, but hey, Sawblaze is still the Season 2 champ, so they've got a lot of tricks up their sleeve. So let's go down to the arena to see how this fight goes and who falls to 0-2. Let the bot battle begin. Sawblaze obviously has anti-auras on the wedge, and oh, that's not good. Bloodsport gets underneath, Sawblaze flips it over. We know Sawblaze can't solve right from this angle, but Bloodsport looking to keep the fight going and rips the wedge off of Sawblaze in the process. Sawblaze still struggling to right itself, and looks like it's lost part of one of the forks. Oh, there goes half the hammer saw. This is not good at all. And that Bloodsport gets jammed into the weapon mechanism of Sawblaze, but still might still be working. Sawblaze finally back right up, tries to push Bloodsport. That doesn't really go anywhere, and Bloodsport lands another solid shot. Oh, and there's another huge one taking out the middle section of wedge. This is not go. Oh, and that's gonna be the fight. A wheel comes off of Sawblaze. This fight is over. Bloodsport picks up a dominant win against Season 2's champion.
1 knockout.
Well, this fight went pretty similarly to how the Cherry Blossom fight went. Bloodsport was able to use its forks to control Sawblaze and then just start ripping it apart with a spinner. You know, Sawblaze really just could not resist that spinner in any workable way, and it ripped apart. The Season 2 champion is now 0-2 as Bloodsport bounces back to 1-1. For fight number 3, we see Hammerhead taking on Sub-Zero. Hammerhead lost to Pirate's Curse in his last fight, while Sub-Zero was defeated by the newly upgraded Switchback. The ground game is going to be a factor again in this fight, though both bots don't really have the best. Sub-Zero's wedges are off the ground slightly due to the design of those wheels, as Hammerhead doesn't have cheese-slope wedges, but instead of like a house, I guess a roofing wedge? I don't know what the name of that piece is specifically called, but you know the ones like they put on the roofs all the time. It's gonna come down to an interesting fight, the powerful hammer of Hammerhead versus the solid flipper of Sub-Zero. Who's gonna take the win? Let's find out down the arena. Let the bot battle begin. And Hammerhead nearly hits the shot, and there's a shot to the top of Sub-Zero. Oh, Hammerhead flips it, and they're out. Well, Sub-Zero only needed one flip to get Hammerhead out of the arena. Hammerhead just unbalanced itself, and then Sub-Zero took the win. For our fourth fight, we see Spellbreak taking on Deep Six. Deep Six got a violent knockout of Big Dill in his first fight, while Spellbreak was able to defeat Jackpot. If Deep Six gets underneath, it could cause some serious problems for the not-so-durable Spellbreak. When Spellbreak gets underneath, well, Deep Six can't self-right. So, yeah, that is going to be very difficult to determine. So whoever gets underneath really is going to have a great advantage in this fight. But let's go down to the arena to see how this fight goes. Which of these surprising bots goes 2-0? Let the bot battle begin. Oh, Spellbreak box rushes Deep Six, but it's Deep Six who gets underneath and already has Spellbreak on its head. That is a problem. Spellbreak trying to self-right here. Deep Six looking to continue the attack. Spellbreak still upside down. That's not good. Deep Six is in control. Oh, there goes one of the wedges off of Spellbreak. That's a problem. They do eventually get back up. But now Deep Six using its superior ground game to control Spellbreak into the screws and flip them back over. Oh, there goes the other wedge. That sounded like it hurt. Spellbreak in some serious trouble here. Deep Six not letting up with the pressure and continuing to land some nasty shots. Oh no, there goes the lifter. That is a serious problem. Spellbreak is somehow still alive. I can't imagine for long though. There goes part of the frame, and it looks like this fight's gonna be over. The countdown is indeed started, and what a win for Deep Six this is. They are now 2-0, an impressive start to the season.
Knockout.
Spellbreak kind of knew it was screwed when they ran right at Deep Six, and Deep Six got underneath. Deep Six ripped off both the wedges, used the screws to flip Spellbreak over when they needed, and just really tore Spellbreak apart. An excellent win for the big vertical spinner. Those upgrades have certainly helped them, and now they are at 2-0. They are in a very good spot. Fight number 5, it's Lunar New Year versus Emulsion. Lunar New Year took the win over Bad Revolution in fight number 1, while Emulsion was able to take out Cloud. So, two at least seemingly pretty different calibers of opponents defeated, but here they now stand against each other. Lunar New Year definitely has the advantage in weapon power, but they are very unreliable. As for Emulsion, they've had durability upgrades, and those had not been put to the test yet, so Lunar New Year is a good starting shot early in the season at 1-0. So, who's going to claim the win? Let's go down to the arena and find out. Let the bot battle begin. Lunar New Year getting underneath Emulsion to start this fight. Yeah, that spinner doesn't seem to be doing too much. Oh, there they go. Now they flip Emulsion onto its side. Emulsion struggling to get back down, and they're onto. Oh, good shot there from Lunar New Year again, but now Emulsion back right side up. Lunar New Year does not seem to care, and there goes the flipper of Emulsion. This fight is going to probably be over unless Lunar New Year pulls a Lunar New Year and flips Emulsion back, but they are backing off in time once again, and they are going to take the second knockout win of the season. Their second knockout win.
Knockout.
It was a pretty dominant performance by Lunar New Year, though Emulsion isn't really the best of robots. The frame durability upgrades seem to help, but they lost the flipper regardless, and Lunar New Year took a pretty easy win number 2. Next up, we have a real-life rematch of Duck taking on Cobalt. Duck lost to Bronco in their first fight, while Cobalt lost in a single flip to Bot of Italy. So, which bot's gonna get underneath the other? Because that's probably who's gonna win the fight. Now let's find out down in the arena. Let the bot battle begin. Cobalt gets underneath Duck, knocks that lifter up and out over, but Duck just resets it. No problems there. And oh, Duck manages to somehow get Cobalt into the screws and flip it over, and that's gonna be the fight.
10,
Well, that turned
9,
surprisingly quickly,
8,
but
7,
hey, it's a
6,
second win in
5,
a row for Duck.
4, 3,
And it's Duck's
1,
first win, not
knockout.
yeah, Duck is not 2-0 now, they're 1-1. But Cobalt got the first few shots, but then Duck got underneath and flipped Cobalt. Cobalt is now 0-2 as Duck does bounce back from their first loss and are now 1-1. For our penultimate fight of the episode, we have Inverse taking on Cloud. Inverse got knocked around by Wheelie Bro while Cloud was taken down by Emulsion. So, pretty weird fight between two not great performing bots. Inverse obviously going to struggle getting ground clearance on Cloud and using that spinner to its most effectiveness, but Cloud is also going to be struggling with knockout power against Inverse. That's very hard to kill Inverse. But I imagine Cloud is aiming for Inverse's weapon supports, while Inverse will probably be aiming for the wheels and to disable Cloud's weapon. So let's find out whose strategy works down in the arena. Let the bot battle begin. Little, very small shot to kick things off, then Inverse just deflects off that big wedge of Cloud. Not a good start as Inverse is already on its side, and Cloud using that wedge to bully them into the screws. Inverse trying to escape, struggling to get those wheels back into proper position for that weapon to work, and then Cloud follows up with a nice shot with that undercutter. Inverse direct impacts the side, but then just flips itself over. Inverse is really strong here, and there they go flying off that wedge. Cloud has them near the pin. They actually get him in.
Knockout.
Well, I was not expecting the fight to end that way. But I was expecting Inverse's weapon really to not do very much, and Cloud's weapon as well. But the wedge of Cloud, really the MVP of this fight. They were able to deflect Inverse several times and use that wedge to put them on the chassis and then get them in the pit somehow. Cloud is 1-1. It's time for the main event, Gigabyte versus Monochrome. Monochrome won the very first fight of the season, knocking out Copperhead, while Gigabyte tore through Orbital Fire. Both bots set at 1-0, and if we remember back in Season 2, Monochrome took Nemesis to the judges in one of the best fights of all time on the channel. So will the upgraded Gigabytes live up to the hype of a full body spinner versus Monochrome? It's gonna be tough to see. Gigabyte does have some slight differences with respect to Nemesis. It's going to be interesting to see how Monochrome fares against the more like teeth of Gigabyte Shell rather than the more just blunt force impactors of Nemesis. It's going to be very interesting to see how these two weapons collide, and hopefully this fight is just as good as that last one. So let's go down to the arena to see the main event and which bot will go 2-0. We'll let the main event begin. Oh, what a shot by Monochrome to kick things off, and oh, Gigabyte follows it up. And Gigabyte now trying to put Monochrome in the corner. That's, oh no! Gigabyte hits the side of Monochrome's frame, and Monochrome does not look well after that. That is not good. Oh, Gigabyte flips Monochrome over. This could be it already. Well, yeah, certainly it is now. Monochrome in pieces. What a win for Gigabyte, moving to 2-0 and saying, hey, maybe Nemesis isn't the best full-body spinner anymore. Well, Monochrome that was a kind of great shot at the start of the fight, but Gigabyte just took control, and Monochrome just didn't seem to be at its best in this one. And they just were struggling to really get anything working properly, and eventually Gigabyte flipped them and ripped them apart, going 2-0.